Hi everyone, my name is Julia, and I'm very excited to start my own cooking show with you all. For me, cooking is love, and I think it's a great way to eat healthy so you know exactly what's going in your food, and it's a great way to connect with your partner and your family. And it's just, cooking is just all things warm and cozy. Um, but a little bit of background of who I am. I am originally from Los Angeles, and my parents own a Japanese restaurant. But I grew up eating a lot of Korean food when I was young. And from that, when I was younger, I didn't really get a chance to cook with my mom. And because my mom would say that I would slow her down, which is true. You know, kids slow down the cooking process because they don't know how to cut vegetables and things like that really efficiently. And so I didn't really get a chance to cook until later in my life. But during this time, I was watching a lot of cooking shows on the Food Network. You know, Ina Garten and Giada De Laurentiis and Tyler Florence, and they're all my favorites. But anyway, so after high school, I wanted to cure diseases with food. And so the main way that I know how to do that is by being a dietitian. And so I studied clinical nutrition at the University of California, Davis. And then I applied for dietetic internships and I got into the Napa State Hospital internship. I can go into that more in detail in another video, but it's a great internship because a lot of the times you have to pay for the program out of pocket, and you also have to pay for room and board. But the Napa State Hospital one gives you a little stipend while providing you room and board, so you can just pocket the stipend and save that money and do whatever you want with it later on. So yeah, I finished the Napa State Hospital dietetic internship in about 11 months. And then I became registered dietitian, and I worked as an outpatient clinic in the Los Angeles area um, while I was applying to grad school. And then I got into the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and I did a dual program. It's a Master of Public Health and a PhD program. And I studied my major was nutritional sciences, but I mainly focused on like breastfeeding and providing interventions in the community. Um, and then afterwards, the main reason why I wanted to go to get a PhD was because I wanted to be a professor because I like to teach. I wanted to do research. I like to get into. I like analyzing things. I like to look at the data and see any patterns that arise. But that didn't really work out for me. And actually, during my last year of my PhD, it was a crazy year. And I was very busy. I didn't really have time or the energy to apply to postdocs, which is what a lot of people do if they want to become a professor. Um, so I didn't apply for any postdocs. I didn't have a job aligned. And I moved from Champaign, which is like 2.5 hours south of Chicago. I moved from Champaign to LA. My mom flew to Champaign, packed all my stuff up in my car, and then she drove down to LA in about a week, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, we drove and I didn't have a job aligned, and my mom was telling me like, just relax, take your time finding a job. Well, I was like, I need to find a job. But anyway, but I did eventually find a job. I I am a federal contractor with the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Um, I am officially a nutrition evidence systematic review analyst. So, what I do is I conduct systematic reviews. And systematic reviews are basically a very structured way to gather information from research papers about a particular topic and summarize it. And then we write it up and as a systematic review, and then that informs the dietary guidelines and other programs. And then the dietary guidelines can inform industry or can influence industry, like what they put or don't put in their foods. But what I do miss about my job is that I miss the one-on-one interactions that I had with people during my outpatient clinic period. And I also really enjoy cooking. Like I just realized like I love cooking shows. I watch it on YouTube, I watch it on TV. Anything related to food, I'll watch it or read about it. And so I figured maybe this is one of the ways that I can, get out my energy to help others cook. And one of the main reasons is because my fiance, whose name is Patrick, he did not know how to cook when we were first dating. Like we would video chat because we were doing long distance, and he would eat like frozen pizzas or like steak every other day, or and I personally don't eat a lot of red meat, but those foods aren't really that healthy, and also it's expensive to eat out all the time. So I want to help him like save money and also be healthier. And so we would have these cooking show video chats where he would do his own Pat's cooking show, and he would have a little dance and a song with that. That was really fun. But his cooking shows can last up to 2 hours. And so I thought it would be slightly better for me to start my own cooking show and to share with you all like how I cook delicious, healthy, and simple meals for my partner and I. And this is a great way to connect with your loved ones, with your family, and maybe you can get ideas. But yeah, one of my greatest joys is to see people's reactions, hopefully good reactions from eating my food. And for example, like one time in undergrad, I made red curry for my friend, one of my best friends. And it was a really creamy recipe. Like I used like 2 cans of coconut milk, and I use a different recipe now. But anyway, and like I had a lot of leftovers, so I offered some to my friend, and she loved it. Like she ate the entire bowl without saying a word. And then afterwards, she's like, "That was the best thing I've ever had." And I was like, that made me feel really good. And so, like I really like to see that kind of reaction from people, and it's a way for you to share your love or my love to other people. So yeah, I hope you join me with my cooking adventures, and I hope you learn something new. And even if you are an expert yourself, maybe you can become friends, or you can just enjoy what I have to share with you. Bye, y'all.